welcome to another episode of Claire here. Today we are talking about the Other Black Girl series on Hulu. Stay tuned for my full review. So we're going to start with the pros and cons. Of course, starting with the cons first. The first con is the light versus dark. Now stay with me now. I know y'all gonna be like, oh my God, it's not even like that. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it at that. You guys can infer what you want to infer, but I did notice how the bad character had a little bit more melanin compared to the good character. The character portrayal, now mind you, I did not read the book, so you little book warriors, book talk, take it somewhere else. I didn't read the book. It doesn't seem like, after watching the series, it doesn't really seem like a book I'd want to pick up on a Friday night. Maybe the book's better, but something about the portrayal of the characters tells me that it was not done correctly for some reason. I feel like just the script just gave me very much, there's a certain level of Nellie that I wanted Little Mama to got almost, because she was annoying me. I feel like it wasn't pushed enough. Now, mind you, I feel like it was like on the main screen for they have like the main screen of like what movies are out on all the subscriptions you have. So, any like brand new movie like Little Mermaid. I saw this movie pushed for Hulu, which I really appreciate them for. But I do feel like there was a lack of promotion and publicity for it. So I would say that's definitely a con. So let's go into our pros. And then the number one pro is the length. Thank you, Hulu, for giving us 25-minute episodes, because it's not that I can't have my attention. What was I doing? But like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like my attention is short, but I could say that my I just feel like when it's shorter, I feel like it's more succinct. I feel like they get to the point more compared to 40. Like sometimes when I see these episodes, like kind of how they compose the episode, that's how you know I stay at home too much or watch TV too much. But like somehow how they compose the episodes, some of these episodes, like they'll be like, okay, and then somebody got punched in the arm, and then they won't show that till the last 2 seconds. This one I can tell like when it leaves the episode, it kind of entices you to get to the next episode without just chopping you off like midway. So I really appreciate the length of the episode. They did really good with that. Another pro was the hairstyles. Like the hairstyles ate down. Everybody's hairstyle is on point. Just the styling as well. Just for the eyes. Okay, just for the eyes. Like the hairstyle. Her best friend, she definitely, each hairstyle is a look, it's a moment, it's this. I can definitely say another pro was the diversity for Hulu series. I feel like they are starting to, I wouldn't say catch on. I wouldn't say they're trying to catch on, but I can definitely tell that they're definitely stepping into being more open to having more melanin lead the roles in the movie. So we're going to break down the episodes right quick. So episode 1 was mostly, I have this as origin story. So there was a little bit of BLOOD in there that I wasn't really appreciative of, because I was eating. I'm very squeamish. That's why I usually don't eat and watch at the same time. But I can never say, other than that, it was a good origin story. It pulled me into the series. I can definitely say I was definitely speculative of the series, because anytime I see that there's a new series out and they're trying to like kind of push it towards a group, not everyone, like I feel like it's like a cash grab, so I don't trust it, compared to if it was just pushed like, a regular scheduled program Hulu series. I can definitely say that I was apprehensive at first, but the first episode will pull you in. I could say it will. Episode 2, apologize to Cullen. Of course, these are gonna have spoiler alerts, so I thought I would put that in there. But episode 2, I have that labeled as apologize to Cullen. And honestly, I can tell that they did a really good job of like, I could literally see her swallowing her pride. Like I saw her, I could literally see her swallowing her pride. So I'll give her points for like acting chops. I feel like everybody did an excellent job at acting in the series, of course, but it's just how it was written. But I can say, like, I can see her swallowing her pride and everything, especially when the fact that your gut instincts are on point. I feel like that was also really good. It was able to set you up for episode 3. Episode 3, I have it as rekindled friendship. Basically, what happened was with Hazel and Nellie, what happened was the fact that she kind of Hazel kind of pushed her to be like, oh, you need to say something. And then when it was time to say something, Hazel was acting brand new and she was saying, oh, it's my first day at work. I was like, this is why I tell you, and this is not to sound mean or anything, but please, whoever, if that's just you on your taxes, whoever you fill your taxes with, that's the only person you need to watch out for. Everybody else is extra. And that's not trying to sit there and try to be mean, so you shouldn't care about your family. But I promise you, it will be much easier for you to know that your life is on the line. Do not ever risk your life for another person that you did not sign taxes with, because they are not important. So, they rekindled their friendship. Episode 4 really was a little bit of a, it was a little personal for me, because I've had, in the past, not now, I don't tolerate that, but I've had in the past where basically Nellie left her best friend with Hazel and her boyfriend, and they pretty much, like, she kind of just left them to see if they would click or not. And like, me personally, like, I used to despise when somebody would try to just be like, and plus, since I have a very open personality, if you haven't noticed yet, I have a very open personality, like, they kind of knew that I would make friends with that person, not knowing that I'm literally inside, I'm just like, I don't know this person. Like, I don't want to make my current friend mad. Like, a mutual friend is considered a mutual friend for a reason, because of the fact that they're just a mutual friend. They don't have to be your friend. I also left out the part that with Nellie's man not being of the melanated community, Hazel also was like crying in the corner about that. Also, who's out here making love faces to their partner in front of a window? Like, every movie and series has always thrown me out. I saw you too. I was like, I don't know about y'all, but like my place, the blinds stay closed. Like, I don't know what is this. Like, like, some people might not even think I live here. Like, the blinds stay closed. Like, I know it was something small, but I always hate when I see movies where they're just like, I saw you too. You saw me doing what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you even saying right now? Like, you're literally creeping on the low. Like, I don't know. That was weird for me. But episode 5 brings us a sensitivity reader, basically after bringing up about Colin. Nellie suggests a soft launch of basically what she wanted to say in the first place, and she's just like, I think she's bringing a sensitive reader, basically someone with common sense and someone who's up to date with what's not okay in 2023, aka most people who have common sense. So, aka most people who have common sense, but basically has a sensitivity reader come in, and the sensitivity reader is just like, it is off the charts for messiness, and her editor boss still just like, we should still release it. She's just so stuck on, releasing and keeping the bills on the lights. But I was like, you gotta understand, like, do you want to settle out of court? Like, it's literally like, her boss's decision was, do you want to make money or do you want to be discredited? Because I'd rather pay somebody $300 to not talk compared to you going to discredit my whole brand. That I'll pay you more, because I can make that money back from you discrediting my whole brand. But I like discrediting somebody, you might as well be giving them half your net worth anyways. So episode 6, after her boss gets fired and she is promoted to assistant editor, Nellie's promoted to assistant editor. Basically, she starts seeing that the weight of the world is on her shoulders, which, like I said, this is why I said, like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like that they have Nellie being this people pleaser. But I feel like it's just part of her character, which that means the actress is doing it well, because there's been plenty of times where I was just like, stand up, girl, stand up. And then the last episode I left over was the sleepover, was basically when Hazel invites her to her group of friends, her friends. And basically they go over there, sleep over, and you do what you're supposed to do. You drop the location with your man so he could come save y'all, which he did. At one point they were trying to leave, and then she finds out there's a couple of files on different women that have changed, and she's like the next subject to be changed, I guess. But Overall, that's pretty much a rendition of it. I'm saving the last 3 episodes to watch, and then I'll do my review on that, and I should be dropping that probably next week, give you time to digest this video. But I just, overall, which will bring me to my overall points. So I have some overall points here. Number 1, the finale better answer some questions. Okay, the finale better answer some questions, because I really feel like I'm tired of watching these shows that are just like, oh, it's open-ended. I was like, no, a book is open-ended, okay? A circle is open-ended. Like, this is open-ended. Like that's not open-ended. Like, it's a series. Write it correctly. Like, it's a whole complete different thing if you're trying to help us think or make us think. But some of it's just poor writing. I can tell the budget ran out. Like, I can always tell if the budget ran out when you're writing something, it's not on point. So I have another finale, but I answer some questions. Number 2, we have the book warriors versus the series warriors. Now, as someone who read all Harry Potter books back and forth, when I watched the movies, I could tell I could write a whole dissertation on everything that's missing, but I keep that to myself unless somebody comes and asks me about it. Like, I keep it to myself. Like, you have the book warriors pretty much like attacking everybody, saying, the other Black Girl series is trash because it's not going according to the book. Like, we hear you, baby. We hear you. We just trying to enjoy the series for what it is. And then if we are ever enticed to read the book, then we will go there, but we won't. Probably not. It sounds boring, but yeah, stop that, because we're just trying to enjoy it. Number 3, it better not be a cheesy ending. Cheesy ending to me would be if they're just like, oh, actually Hazel was never there. It's really Nellie. She was brainwashed and she started the program, but she was so knee deep into it that they're just trying to get their leader back. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I don't want it to be nothing cheesy. She's secretly her sister. I don't want no soap opera, historias. Like, I don't want no, you know, it's like, I don't want no fake ending that's like, they're just trying to wrap. All right, y'all, wrap it up, close it up before, close it before you go home, like, type stuff. I don't want none of that. Number 3, the timing. It got released exactly September 13th, and a lot of people were saying that it got released at a good time, which, like I said, like, from a money perspective, I feel like it being released in September makes a lot of sense, because, you know, people are pretty much like, once October comes, a lot of these different production companies come in and put their Halloween movie or series out. So you would be competing with that. So I get them releasing it, but I wish they would have took a chance and released it during Halloween. And that way I feel like they could have went a little bit more deeper into the creepiness. I feel like it's not really creepiness. It's more like, I wouldn't call it creepy. I would call it just inconvenient. Like, some of the stuff that was happening wasn't really creepy. It was just like, oh, okay, like the turntable inside the microwave is missing, like, type stuff. It wasn't creepy. Like, I feel like they could have really went there, like Bad Hair from last year. I really feel like they could have went there. But I understand them releasing in September. They're not gonna have to compete with anybody in September. No one thinks of scary movie in September, okay? The hairstyles were really, once again, the hairstyles were on point. I really appreciated her fro. It was nice and juicy. So that sounds weird now that I think about it. It was nice and juicy. Overall review, and different hairstyles, of course. Overall review, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. The majority of that rating is because they have Garcelle Beauvais, you already know. My fellow Haitian sister. Anything she's in, I'm here for it. She's looking just as young as she did in the Jamie Foxx show. So any series with Garcelle, we in here. But I can definitely say it has potential. I like that they weren't afraid to not have an original, because I know a lot of people like to do a lot of remakes because they're scared to present an original idea, which makes sense because things cost money, and if it's an original idea, it doesn't get money. Now it's you starting out as negative and you getting more negative. So unfortunately, in this case, 2 negatives don't make a positive. But I can definitely say for sure that, I don't know, I'm excited to see what other series this production company puts out. I think they put out a couple of other ones that I can't think on the top of my head, but I know they put out a couple of ones this year. So we'll see what Onyx is doing, what's popping, and definitely stay tuned for my review of the rest of the episodes of The Other Black Girl on Hulu. Claire here, out.